Hey everyone, welcome to Cooking with Taz. This is going to be a special video. I'm going to show you guys how to make a popular biryani in Kerala. So it's going to be Thalassery biryani. Thalassery is a city in Kannur district in Kerala and they are known for this biryani. So in fact, people from different parts of Kerala visit Thalassery just to enjoy this biryani. They have created their own cuisine called Thalassery cuisine. So it's a blend of Arabian, Persian, Indian and European cooking. There are several ways of making biryani in Kerala and Thalassery biryani being the most popular. We'll be doing a few things differently while making this biryani. So we'll be using fried onions, and instead of basmati rice we'll be using kaima or jeera masala rice. It's a very flavorful and aromatic rice. This rice is available at most of the Indian store, or you can also find this on Amazon. So guys, let's get started and let's make this popular Thalassery biryani. Before starting with the cooking, we have to do some prep work. So here I have taken 8 chicken legs or drumsticks. So I have removed the skin and washed them under running water and cleaned them well. So please remove the skin. We shouldn't be using the skin for making this biryani, and you can use up to 10 chicken legs. A key ingredient in making this biryani is fried onions. So here I have taken 7 yellow onions. So this is the size of the onions I've taken. It's more like a medium size, not too large. So I'm going to slice these onions in my food processor. So these onions have to be sliced really thin, so it's good to use a food processor with the slicer blade. So we shouldn't be chopping or dicing these onions. And yes, we have to use fresh onions and fry these onions in oil and ghee. I wouldn't recommend using store-bought fried onions. They lack aroma, taste and flavor. They're very bland. So if you use store-bought fried onions, the biryani wouldn't taste good. So we have to fry the onions and use that. That's when this biryani will taste delicious, and fried onions will greatly enhance the flavor, taste of this biryani. So I'm going to slice these onions in my food processor. If you don't have a food processor, you can slice the onion with a knife. So just half the onions like this, and then slice the onions like this using a sharp knife. Or you can also do it like. Here are the perfectly sliced onions. So look at these are very thin, perfect for frying. So next let's fry these sliced onions. For frying the onions, I have placed a non-stick pan over medium heat, so it has turned hot. So next I'm going to add a combination of oil and ghee. So if you don't want to add ghee, you can skip it. You can just add oil, but ghee will definitely make this dish taste delicious, and it will make the fried onions really aromatic. So let me add oil. So I'm adding coconut oil. It's in solid form right now. So you can add any kind of oil of your choice. I've added 3 heaping spoonful of coconut oil. So next adding ghee. So this is homemade ghee. I'm going to add like 3 tablespoons. That's all right. So the oil and ghee has turned hot. So now let's add the sliced onions. So we are going to fry this in batches. So don't overcrowd the onions. Let the onions turn golden brown in color, so it's going to take a few minutes, and keep the heat to medium. If you keep the heat too high, it will burn really fast. While the onions are frying, let's make a spice mix. So for that, into a spice jar, I'm going to add 4 whole cardamoms. This is the spice jar I just used to make my garam masala, so I'm not going to wash this. This is a good one. So 4 whole cardamoms, 3 whole cloves, 3-inch slice whole cinnamon, adding 1/4 teaspoon nutmeg, 2 teaspoon fennel powder, and finally 1/4 teaspoon ground cumin. So next, let's grind all these into a fine powder. Here is the beautifully ground spice mix, so it's really aromatic as we have added whole spices. So keep this aside. This is looking good, so the onions are going to turn brown. Here is the platter lined with paper towel. So this is done, so let's transfer this to the paper towel, and don't worry if some of the onions have not turned brown. So this is, as soon as it turns brown, it will take this out of the oil right away, otherwise it will burn. Onions are getting fried, so here are the beautiful fried onions, and it has turned really crispy. So this is the third batch that I'm frying. It's almost done, and I have one more batch to fry. Here is the jeera masala rice. It's also called kaima rice, that's used for making Thalassery biryani. So this is how the rice looks like. It's much smaller than basmati rice, and it's very flavorful. So if you don't have jeera masala or kaima rice, you can definitely use basmati rice. So I'm going to take 2.5 cups of this rice. I got this rice from the Indian store, so this is available at some of the Indian stores, and also you can check Amazon, it might be available. Going to soak the rice in water, so pour water, let the rice immerse in water and let this soak for 15 minutes. It's been 15 minutes, so next I'm going to rinse this under running water. So I'm going to pour this into a strainer and then rinse it. Let's cook the rice. To a pot, I'm going to add 4.5 cups water. So I'm taking 2.5 cups rice. So add the water. To cook the rice over stove top, we need to add close to 1:2 ratio rice and water. If you're using rice cooker, you need to add less water. To the water, I'm going to add whole aromatic spices, 3 whole cardamom, 2-inch slice whole cinnamon, 2 whole cloves, 3 dried bay leaves, 1 teaspoon black peppercorns. So next going to add 2 tablespoons ghee. Let's season the water with 1.5 teaspoon salt. There should be good amount of salt while cooking the rice, otherwise it wouldn't taste good. So I've added 1.5 teaspoon salt. So the water is coming to a slight boil. So let's add the soaked and rinsed kaima or jeera masala rice. Let's cover the pot with the lid. So let this cook for 15 to 20 minutes till the rice has cooked well. Finally, I have fried all the onions. So keep this aside while making the chicken masala. We'll be adding the fried onions. We can make the fried onions ahead of time, so we can fry this the previous day and store this in an airtight container. So the next day when we make the biryani, it will be much easier, because for frying the onions, it will take some time, as we have taken 7 onions and I have fried this in 5 batches. Let's check the rice. It's been almost 10 minutes. So the water is starting to dry off. So keep this covered, so let it cook for 5 more minutes. It's been almost 15 minutes, so I'm going to check if the rice has cooked. So let all the water dry off, and we need to ensure the rice doesn't turn mushy. So there is a bit of moisture in the rice. I'm going to keep this covered and cook for a couple more minutes. So the water has dried off and the rice has cooked to perfection. So we shouldn't be overcooking the rice, it will turn mushy. So just press it between the finger. So this is perfect. So remove the pot from the heat and good that all the water has dried off. Keep this covered, so if there's any moisture, it will also dry off. Next, we have to grind the ginger, garlic, green chilies. So to a food processor, or you can use a blender. I'm going to add 4 large garlic cloves, 2-inch slice fresh ginger, and I'm adding 6 green chilies. So this is based on your spice level. If you want it to be very spicy, you can add more green chilies. So I'm going to coarsely grind this. So don't make it into a fine paste, just coarsely grind this. Keep this aside, we'll be adding this while cooking the chicken masala. Next, I'm going to chop the tomatoes. So I've taken 6 tomatoes. We can add up to 7 for making the chicken masala. So just chop it. Let's start cooking the chicken masala. So I have placed a large wok. If you don't have a wok, you can use a non-stick white saucepan. So to the wok, I'm going to add the chopped tomatoes. We don't have to add any oil, just add the tomato. Going to cover the wok with the lid. So let's cook the tomatoes and let it turn slightly mashed up. The tomatoes are starting to mash up. So now let's add the ground ginger, garlic and green chilies. Mix this well with the tomatoes and let's cook this for a few minutes till the raw smell of ginger, garlic and green chilies fade away. And also we need the tomatoes to mash up. Here are the chicken legs. So before adding this to the cooked tomatoes, I'm going to put a couple of lines on the meat. So this will ensure all the masala and spices will get into the meat. Next, going to add some chopped fresh mint leaves. Let's add the chicken. Season the chicken with 1 teaspoon salt. Next, let's add the ground spice mix. Give it a good mix and let everything coat well over the chicken. Keep it covered and let's cook till the chicken has cooked well. So this is going to take like 15 to 20 minutes. So after 15 to 20 minutes, we can check, and if more time is required, we can cook further. Let's make the raita for biryani. So I'm going to make a very simple raita. For that, I'm going to add yogurt, 3 to 4 tablespoon yogurt. So give it a good mix. To this, going to add some chopped onions. If you have red onions, add that. So in raita and salads, red onions will taste good. So this is yellow onions. Let's add some chopped tomatoes, some chopped green chilies, cilantro. So let's season with some salt. So give it a good mix. So this is our simple raita. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to also add like a tablespoon of pomegranate seeds. So this will make the raita very colorful. Just chop it on the top. Look at that. So that's really beautiful. If you want, you can also add shredded carrots and chopped cucumber. So this is good. So I'm going to serve this raita along with the biryani. It's been 15 minutes, so let's see what's going on here. Give it a good mix. So the liquid has oozed out of the chicken. It smells really good. So we need to cook the chicken for a few more minutes. It hasn't cooked well. We have cooked the chicken for 15 minutes. So the chicken hasn't cooked well. We need to cook this further. So now we have to add our star ingredient, fried onions. So don't add the whole fried onions. Keep some onions, like half to 1 cup for topping the or garnishing the biryani. So let's add the fried onions. So when we cook the chicken along with the fried onions, it's gonna get really delicious. Right, so I'm going to keep this aside. So we're gonna garnish the remaining fried onions on the biryani. Give it a good mix. So cover this. So let's cook this for another 10 to 15 minutes till the chicken has cooked well. So let's check if there is enough water. If there is not enough liquid, you can add some water, like quarter cup water, and cook this. So give it a taste, and if you want to add more salt, you can add. You can keep this covered and cook. So we need to cook for 10 more minutes. Next, I'm going to roast the cashew nuts. So use the oil that was used for frying onions. It's been 25 minutes, so the chicken masala has thickened and the chicken has cooked well. So next I'm going to add chopped cilantro. Next, let's add 2 tablespoons freshly squeezed lemon juice. So mix it well. So let's cook this for a couple more minutes. So this is done. Our chicken masala is cooked well. So look at the beautiful caramelized color as we have added fried onions. So give it a taste. If you need more salt, you can add. So let's remove the pan from the heat. After cooking the chicken masala, so let's soak saffron in water for a few minutes. So I'm going to add a few pinches of saffron, adding 1 tablespoon water. If you want, you can also add milk. Let this soak for 5 minutes and the color will be released into the water. It's time to do our dum cooking. So here's our perfectly cooked jeera masala or kaima rice. So this rice is really aromatic. It smells really good. And here is our cooked chicken masala. So we have cooked the chicken with fried onions. So that has made this chicken masala really delicious. And look at that gorgeous caramelized color. And the chicken has cooked perfectly. So next we are going to layer the chicken masala and the rice, and we are going to garnish with roasted cashew nuts, saffron milk, chopped cilantro, mint leaves, and the remaining fried onions. So let's do that. For dum cooking, I'm going to spread the chicken masala as the bottom layer. So spread it well. On top of the chicken masala, let's add the cooked kaima rice. So the rice has cooked perfectly. Top of the rice, add the remaining fried onions. Let's add the saffron water. Add some chopped cilantro. So look at the beautiful color contrast of fried onions and cilantro. Some mint leaves. Finally, let's add the roasted cashew nuts. So here are the bay leaves from the rice. Add that also. Next, let's cover the pan with an aluminum foil. So seal it tightly and close with the lid. Turn on the heat to low. So it has to be low, and let's dum cook for 10 minutes. So please ensure the heat is low, otherwise the chicken masala will burn. So keep it low and let's dum cook for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes of dum cooking, so let's remove the pot from the heat. So here is our biryani pot. So I'm going to keep it here. So the entire house smells amazing right now. Next, let's open the lid and the aluminum foil. So are you guys ready? Ooh, wow, look at that. It smells very aromatic and looks beautiful. So look at that fried onions on the top, cashew nuts and saffron. So this is looking gorgeous, guys. Let's serve the biryani on a plate. So what we have to do is gently and gracefully take the chicken masala, the chicken and the rice. So you can gently mix it up and then plate it. Look at that rice, it has cooked to perfection. So for one person, you can add 2 chicken. So mix it up. So you will also get the chicken masala. I want to have more of the chicken masala. It tastes delicious with fried onions. And we are going to serve this along with raita. So look at this, guys, beautiful. Here you have it, guys, the best tasting and popular Thalassery biryani. So we have used kaima or jeera masala rice and fried onions. This will make a great biryani for any special occasions. So do give this recipe a try and let me know your feedback. If you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be back with more cooking videos. Until then, happy cooking, take care and bye.